Hello there, we're going to have a quick look at Misty. But only up to the A flat chord. Here. Just there, because I'm going to apply some improvisation philosophies. Practical advice. In the previous video, I talked about notes of the chord. So let's take E flat major 7. You've got these 4 notes available. You can add the 9. But you can play it anywhere on the piano, of course. So you can add an F anywhere. And you can add a 6 or 13 anywhere. So let's just deal with those two sets of target notes in the pool of notes, I call it, and just see what comes out. First of all, I'm not analysing anything. I'm being drawn right now to the D here, for example. So I don't know what's going to happen. All I know is that I can play that. Basically, the notes of the chord plus the F and the C. So I've got 4 beats to do that. And I can slide onto a note. I can play it as an octave. Let's just see what happens. And then I go on to the next chord. Let's do another one. Now I'm thinking about the G here. And then I'll go on to the next chord, which would be B flat minor 7. So I've already dropped down to the D flat there. Let's do another one. Let's start on the F this time. So that happened, a little octave wobble that time. Let's do one from the B flat. That's the 4 beats done. Every single time it's different, and I don't remember any of those. I have no memory of what I've just done because I'm not even trying to. Like clouds reflecting in a lake, passing over the lake, and the water isn't trying to capture the reflection of the clouds. They're just passing by, and that is exactly what is happening here. No idea what I just did. So that's one nice thing to do. In terms of acquiring notes, you've got notes of the chord. You can add the 2 and the 6, as I've said, the 9 and 13. Another one is modal theory. I have a video on modal theory. For example, in this case, the major 7. So you can play the major scale of E flat itself. I'm just literally playing it in order. That's not very melodic, of course. I'm just showing you the notes. But it works. It sounds nice. E flat as a major 7 is also the 4th mode, so E flat's the 4th of B flat. That's going to give you basically the same notes, but it's going to give you an A instead of an A flat, which you get from E flat, so it's going to be a bit more interesting. I'm playing B flat major scale. I just happen to be starting from E flat. Maybe I should start from B flat to keep it simple. So I'll play an inversion here. This is E flat major 7 inverted. Do you see how that A sounds different? Gives you that sharp 11, 8, 9, 10, 11, sharpened, whereas the major scale of E flat gives you the A flat. This doesn't really sound too nice. So normally when you see a major 7, you'll treat it as the 4th, known as the Lydian. So that's quite nice. So we can maybe play an A in here. Here I played the A flat as well, so I mixed 2 together. Completely fine. When we get to B flat minor 7, that's a minor 7 chord type, so that means that B flat is the 2nd or 3rd or 6th of respective keys. So let's just take it from A flat. So we can play A flat major scale, and that will work. See, this is where the improvisation comes from, but this is the pool of notes. So let's just stay on that B flat minor 7 and A flat major. In any order, it doesn't matter what the order is, I'm playing the notes. So let's just see what comes out. That was interesting. Did a little sort of melodic pattern there. Whatever the hell it was. Let's maybe go up in triplets. We've only got that much time, maybe do it quicker. Sounds quite nice. What about something with octaves? Don't forget, we've only got 2 beats for this chord, so it's very quick. Another nice little one. You could stay on the same note. Here I chose the 9. It's quite nice. You just have to stay on one chord and just see what happens when you play naturally. That's the interesting thing. Going right back to basics, if you just take C major, see how you play the C major. Maybe that should be the title of the video. See how you play C major. It won't be, but it could be. So just literally take the white notes on the piano. I don't like to say that, but they are the white notes on the piano, but C major anyway. And just see how you play it. Forget the chord, forget the rhythm. Just... I'm just messing around. See what comes out naturally for you. I have a kind of rhythm. Do you see how I'm also playing around with the rhythm as well? I'm not just playing on the beat. I'm not just doing this. Or I'm not just playing 2 beats. It's all very, very boring. I'm playing around the rhythm. I'm having fun with it. Syncopated a bit. So that's a nice little exercise to do. But then when you apply that to theory, that was a nice little melody. And you can just do 1,000 different times, and it's going to come out differently every time. So that modal theory was quite nice using A flat. The next chord is E flat 7. Dominant 7th chord is the 5th mode. That's still on A flat actually, so we can continue playing A flat major scale. So let me just play A flat major scale over the B flat minor, as if B flat is the 2nd mode, the Dorian. So I'm just going to play A flat. I'm only seeing the notes of A flat. I'll extend the chord. I'm not playing 2 beats. I'll just extend the chord to demonstrate the point. So this is not how it is in the song. So you just your ear starts to follow something. That sounds quite interesting. See, it had a little nice little bounce, a little skip almost. Let's go to E flat chord, but I'm still playing the A flat major scale because E flat is the 5th mode of A flat. It almost sounds completely different. It sounds like you're playing different notes, but you're not. But you're still playing the same scale, you know? And when we get to A flat major 7, which is the next chord, of course you can play itself. But as I said earlier, you would often you'll treat a major 7 as the 4th mode. A flat is the 4th of E flat. So in that case, if you wanted that nice sharp 11 sound, you'd switch to E flat major scale and treat that as a 4th mode of E flat. So you see what I mean? But I like the idea of experimenting, just playing around with one major scale for like a whole minute or 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, and just see what comes out from that. I'll do it again in A flat. I'm not even doing grace notes or passing tones or anything. Of course, you can add those in. So let me just do that. I'm seeing A flat major, but I'm going to play other notes too. You see, I'm putting in these passing tones to make it sound a bit more interesting. See, that's not in the scale, nor is that passing tone, nor is that passing tone, nor is that passing tone, passing tone, passing tone, passing tone. That's where the sound of jazz comes from. So I think if you play around with that, you're going to have a lot of fun. But you have to know what the next chord is that's coming up. Otherwise, you'll be stumbling. So mastering chord progressions is a skill in itself, which you would do away from the piano. And you can practice that in different keys. I'm not going to make this video longer, but in this case, it's just chord 1, and then a 2-5-1 onto the 4th. So A flat's the 4th of E flat. So you could do that in the key of F. The 4th of F is B flat, so you're going to do a 2-5-1 onto B flat, which is C and F. do it in that key. Let me know how you get on. Thanks for watching. See you next video. All the best. Bye for now.